Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today we're going to do another great workout you can do in your home using very little space and very little equipment. The only thing you're going to need today is a balloon or a ball and a dumbbell. So just one. And most of what we're going to do is body weight. So remember to come into these workouts warmed up and ready to go. You can do 5 to 10 minutes of a cardio workout to get your heart rate up, get your muscles warmed up, and get ready to move. Okay. So we're going to start off with some push-ups today. So remember, you can always do these in any of your modes that work for you. So starting at a wall or a countertop or using a treadmill or a raised surface of some sort. You can do them on your knees. You can do them on your toes. Lots of different ways to do this. Use something to help your wrists. Remember, you can use dumbbells or towels rolled up or even a mat rolled up would work great. So with that, let's get started with your push-ups. So I'm going to do them on my toes here, but like I said, do them in any way that works for you, that you can do. Good form. Remember not to dip your head. Keep breathing. Pull up with your abs. And I think that's 10. I kind of lost count there, but try to do 10. If you can't do 10, then try 5, try 6, and then keep challenging yourself. If you normally do them on your knees, try 1 on your toes. Try 2 on your toes. Keep pushing yourself and advancing yourself as you go. Okay, now we're going to stay on the floor and we're going to do leg lifts. So lying flat on your back, one leg out straight. I want you to lift one leg so that it's equal with this other leg here, and then not quite set it down. Nice and slowly throughout that range of motion. When you set it down, you release that muscle. And also remember, you want to stop here, because also when you bring it all the way up here, you release that muscle. So we want to keep that muscle engaged throughout. You want to keep your tummy nice and tight here. You can think about flattening your back to the floor, and that will keep your abs more engaged as well. Keep breathing, and I think that's 10. We'll switch sides. Nice and slowly. 2. This should feel good on your back if you do have any back pain, especially if you're thinking about pressing your back into the floor here. This is a good exercise to do if you're having any knee pain with your squats or your sit-to-stands or your lunges, because it's going to work your quad here, your hip flexors as well, but it'll work your quad without involving your knee joint. And rest. Okay, now we're going to do bridges. So hands down beside your hips. Again, think about flattening your back to the floor, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. And we're going to hold it for 3 to 5 seconds, depending on how quickly you count. And release. Flatten your back, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. Now, you also want your weight in your heels here. Pressing through those heels. Flatten your back, squeeze your glutes. Think about that every time you go up into your bridge to keep your back from engaging and keep your hamstrings from taking over too much. Your hamstrings will work here, but we're really engaging your glutes here as well. Sometimes I have people who say they're having trouble with this one because they keep getting a hamstring cramp. Well, if you really focus on bringing your feet in nice and close and then flatten your back, squeeze your glutes, and really focus on squeezing those glutes, that allows the hamstring to release a little. And if you still get a hamstring cramp, straighten out that leg and pull it in until you have that released, and then you can try again. Keep breathing. Also, when you're engaging your core to help out with this exercise, it also helps everything work in the proper alignment. Keep breathing. 2 more. And back, glutes, lift your hips. Weight through your heels here. And rest. Okay, we're going to stay here. And now we're going to do a core exercise. We're going to do double knee lifts. I'm going to move my ponytail here. So I want you to, again, flatten your back, lift your knees towards your nose, and then slowly lower them, but don't quite set them down. So trying to maintain this flat back throughout, and especially when you get to here, where it may feel it will feel the most challenging, right there. That's where your abs are really engaging and really trying to protect your back here. So this is a good one to do if you do have back pain. If this is too much and you're still having back pain, you just can't keep that back flat, you could do one leg at a time, or making sure that you really have those knees bent as much as you can. And then you can also, when you get here, just set them down and then start over. So you can kind of ease into this one if you really are experiencing any back pain with this. Or like I said, you can alternate knees here. That'll be a little bit easier on your back. However is working here, you're still feeling it in your core and your back is engaging. Let's do 2 more. And 10. Okay, good. Now we're going to grab that weight that I told you about, just one dumbbell. This one can probably be a little bit heavier, but start a little lighter if you're not sure. We're going to do a triceps extension here on your back. So I want you to take that dumbbell, hold on to the ends of it, push it straight overhead, and we're going to do what's called a skull crusher. So that being said, be very careful, lower it slowly, almost to your forehead, and then back up. So nice and slowly, you don't want to bump your head here. And then also probably not so much weight that you're worried about dropping it. So the only joint moving here is my elbows. My upper arms are staying perpendicular to the floor. Keeping your shoulders down away from your ears. This is working those muscles in the backs of your arms, your triceps, trying to keep your elbows in nice and tight. Should be feeling that in the back of the arms. Let's do one more, nice and slowly, and all the way back up. All right, good. Now we're going to stand up for our last exercise. We've got a little balance exercise, so make sure you do this slowly. Flip over onto your hands and knees. And let your blood pressure regulate. And stand up when you are ready. Okay, now grab a balloon or a ball. I was going to do a balloon toss, but I can't find the balloon that I had here. Okay, so I will just use a ball, so you can always improvise. I'm going to have you do a single leg stance balloon toss. So you can do this to yourself, or you can involve a partner if you've got someone around. If the single leg stance is too much, you can do a tandem stance or a staggered stance. So whichever is a challenge for you, but not so much that you feel like you're falling over. So we're going to work for 30 seconds on one leg, or with one foot in front. The balloon is a little more challenging because it's so variable. But if you don't have a balloon, a ball works great. The more you toss it around, the higher you go, maybe the more variable you make it, the more challenging it is. And let's switch, that was 30. So put your other foot in front or stand on your other foot. If you're just here and that feels challenging, that's okay. You can start nice and slowly. It gives you something else to focus on, challenging that balance. So, you know, if you're standing and staring at one spot, that's good. But this challenges you a little bit more like real life, when you're having to balance while walking and carrying something, or maybe talking to someone, or paying attention to, you know, traffic or other stuff that is going on around you. Challenge yourself a little bit. And that's 30. Okay, thank you everybody. So go through these 1 to 2 more times, add a little cardio in between. If you don't have time to do all that, at least do it once and then maybe do it again a little bit later in the day if you've got 10, 15 minutes. But like I said, if you want a good full workout, do this part, do 5 to 10 minutes of cardio. Come back, do this circuit again, go back, do 5 to 10 minutes of cardio, come back and do this circuit a third time. When you get to that third time is when your muscles are really having to work, building up that endurance, building up that strength, and making you stronger every day. Thank you, everybody. As always, ask me any questions in the comments or private message me, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.